Hey Decide Destiny crew, Conspirators here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Destiny daily dose. Decide to be wary of the conspirators working for your demise. The voices that you allow in your mind. The negativity that you allow to disturb your energy. The little comments, the little messages, the little infections of toxicity that creep up into your world. Realize that you can have such good relationships, you can have such great things going for you in your personal life, in your business life, you can have such great confidence, your personal growth is really humming along. And someone who doesn't have that, or someone who is struggling with that, or someone who is struggling to believe and buy into the belief that life can also be for them, will naturally, and sometimes even without their own realization, infect you with some bullshit, corruptible negativity, and they'll leave little comments. And one of the things I realize is that we're so susceptible to influence. You hear the term influence all the time, but really everyone is an influence in our life in some way or another. And so we're so susceptible to influence, and we have to really be conscious and be aware and be considerate when, we have to consider when things are really actually maybe not affecting us straight away, but they're just little undercurrents. They're just little bits of messaging, bits of programming, subliminal. And we have to be aware of that, because our brains, we are wired to look for negativity. We're wired to look for comfort, and we're wired to look for convenience, because of our history, because these brains are much, much older than your life. This whole life experience has a rich tapestry of history, of where we've had to keep ourselves safe so that we can repopulate. And so one of the things that I realize is, because we've got that tune set in, we might be humming along in personal development, with our relationship, with everything else, and someone might just leave a little few comments. Maybe they don't have what we have, or maybe they don't want us to do well, genuinely. Maybe they prefer drama. Maybe they're looking for the angle, the story, the headline, whatever it is. So we just have to be aware, because those little comments, they can kind of filtrate, and they can make their way through, and then we can start looking at parts of our lives that are really going well, and maybe questioning them when they shouldn't be questioned. Like a relationship or a friendship or your self-confidence. Maybe someone will say, maybe you're a bit too confident, or maybe you're a bit too happy, like you're getting out of that, you're a bit crazy there, and we like to keep you in that order and just constrain you, and so just be aware of when people are making those little comments, because that might continuate through your brain. And that's how that propaganda just keeps, it's how a normal human being can end up dehumanizing other people, devaluing other human life, because they just allow that trash to keep coming into their brain, of ideology that is not pro-human, pro-life, an ideology that is not really their own, but has been adopted by them because it works, and it pushes on those wounds, pushes salt into the wound. It leverages off their own fears. So just be aware of when people are affecting you that way. It's subtle, and it might not be very obvious, but man, it can affect you, and it can affect you in the most subtle ways. So have your walls up. Have your walls up. Know who you are, understand who you are, know who your relationships are, know how you're showing up in this world, know who you're serving, know why you're serving them, and realize that you're not serving this thought that this negative person has tried to program into you. You're not serving the fear being perpetrated. You're serving your heart, and you're serving your soul. So keep on serving, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. Share it around for anyone else who maybe they are allowing too many negative people. Maybe they're allowing too much toxicity into their world through the voices of others. It's really something we have to be really careful with, and we have to stop it. Sometimes we have to, hey, no! We have to just shout. We have to hold it in the space and really force that objection to not allow it to fuck us up. inside. So share it around with anyone else who might resonate with that. And as always, guys, remember, decide your destiny. Cheers.